Ascension, The Shift to the Fifth Dimension, Volume 4, The Arcturian Council, channeled by Daniel Scranton, compiled and edited by Anya Hurd. A beautiful transition into the fifth dimension by the 9D Arcturian Council. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are looking for the best possible avenues to traverse ourselves as we know that we are moving into our own ascension experience, and we look to go with the flow of that ascension, just as you are looking for the best possible avenues for your personal development, your personal ascension. You will have your own unique experience of the ascension of humanity and Mother Earth. No matter what happened, yours will still be uniquely yours. Even when you hear about the various predictions that are being put out there about ascension, everyone who experiences that prediction experiences something unique to them. Remember that you are deciding how you experience everything, and you are also deciding what you experience with their vibration. The best way to you to feel into what you are creating in the future is to notice that you are vibrating in the present. And if there is something you don't like about that vibration, then breathe into it until it dissipates, and then activate something that feels better within you. You are not destined to repeat your past or the history of your genetic line because you are awake. And one of the things that you are awake to is that your vibration matters and that you can do something about it. This is true when you think about all aspects of life on Earth for you and everything else right now. Everyone is having a different experience of life on Earth right now, and it is time for everyone to look within themselves for how they are responding to reality, because you do have a choice. This is a free will universe, and that means you always have a choice. Always choose to look within first before arguing with someone, before taking an action from a place of anxiety or fear. Always look within first and feel for that which vibration is, because it will dictate what happens. And you can be a major player in what happens for all of humanity if you are choosing the path to ascension that feels good for you, and that will be as good a feeling experience for everyone else as it can be. Certainly, the more you have prepared yourself for the experience, the better. You can hold space for your fellow humans so that they too have their awakening experience. Start looking within and shifting their internal vibrations. We know that you all have a beautiful experience, and it can still be unique to each and every one of you. And what's important for you to know now is that you don't all have to agree with what will happen in the future, but hopefully you can agree that you all can impact the future from the now. Most people believe that they will impact the future by what they do, and that is of course accurate to a certain extent. But hopefully that person will have taken the action based on the higher vibration that they have attained within themselves through the conscious work that is necessary to bring you into that state where you are taking inspired action. And for those of you who don't know what to do, we want to reassure you that sitting, breathing, focusing, and activating a higher frequency vibration is enough. And if everyone on the planet were doing that right now, you would be assuring yourself a beautiful, calm, peaceful transition into the fifth dimension. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Co-creating your ascension experience. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with you. We have established so many wonderful connections with all of you who receive these transmissions and with others who have been receiving this directly. And we are very happy that you open yourselves up to us to the degree that you do. Now there's a lot more that we can do together as we collaborate here. The connection between Earth, humans, and Arcturians is well established at this point, and it's something that we can build upon as we move forward. We want what you want, and you want what we want, and that makes it so much easier to collaborate with you. We want to see the expansion of the human collective consciousness, and we want to take part in the universal shift in the conscious with all of you. Now, the ways that we can go even further in this co-creative effort are by looking for the areas within humanity that could use the most love and light and aiming our consciousness and our intentions in those directions. We want to flood the people, the places that need the most healing and the highest vibrational energies with exactly what they're asking for, even if they are not asking for it consciously. Many individuals think that they need one thing, like for a law to change, but what they really need is that healing energy and that compassion and that unconditional love that we can offer together as a team. You are the wonderful summoners of the energy, and we are the offerers of it. Now, we work with you in this way as a sort of complement to Source energy. Source is always working with you and working through you. But sometimes you need to connect with beings that you've established more of grounded relationship with. And even though we are ninth dimensional and non-physical, it can be easier to relate to us and to see us as partners and co-creators. So that is what we are aiming for. And if you can look around your planet for the people and places that need the most love and light, and be the projectors of that love and light, we will certainly contribute all that we can to these efforts as you call upon us in the same way that you would an archangel or ascended master. We have been in the process of joining Team Earth for quite a few years now, and we would like to make it official. So please do continue to call upon us and summon our unique vibrational signature, and we will always be there for you, lending a helping, non-physical hand. And we are looking forward to collaborating even further with you on the fifth dimensional Earth. This is an exciting project and one that we are eager to participate in more closely. So please also call upon us when envisioning the Earth that you are ascending into. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. A big part of your destiny on Earth. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are studying all of you from afar, but we are also right there with you, observing you from within you and all around you. We are ninth dimensional beings, which means we have no physicality, no bodies, and no borders to confine us. We get to go where we want to go and put our attention wherever we want to put it in this beautiful universe of ours. And we choose to focus on humanity there on Earth because we are fascinated by you. We are enthralled by your journey, by your perseverance, and by your ability to rise up and meet challenges that you face on a daily basis. You are making history with your ascension. You are making the biggest leap forward that you can possibly make as you move from the third dimension, and now you are making your way to the fifth. This is a time to feel very good about yourself and how far you have already come. But it is also a time for you to be exploring where you want to go next. One of the reasons why your journey is so fascinating to us is because we don't know what you will choose for yourself next. We have some idea because of probabilities and because it is very rare for a being or a collective to make a 90-degree turn out of the blue. But we are interested in what you will do next, what you will create next, and how you will become your higher selves, which is a part of your destiny there on Earth. Many assume that the shift to the fifth dimension is about you taking yourselves to a better place, like getting upgraded from a flea-bag motel to a 5-star resort. It's not like that. You're changing yourselves, and as you do, the world outside you seems to change. But really, you are the ones who are changing. And when you are operating at that higher vibrational perspective, you will see, experience, and be able to do things that you cannot do right now. But your limitations are not because of what the country you live in, what laws govern you, or how much money you have in the bank. Your limitations are only created by the vibration you are offering. Change your vibration and you will change everything that you experience. This journey is about changing you, and it has always been. It has never been about a change of scenery or the elimination of all the bad ones. It has never been about leaving everything that you don't like behind as you soar off into a better place, a better reality. You are the shift in consciousness. It begins and ends with you, and it is your destiny to complete it. You cannot mess this up. You can either enjoy it by going with the flow, or you can go kicking and screaming in resistance, judgment, and condemnation about all that you don't like about your current situation. Isn't that more satisfying? That's why we are studying and observing you, because we know that you are not just on a cruise ship going from one place to another. We know that you are creating it all, and that your primary creation is you. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Codes for unlocking the secrets in your DNA. The 9D Arcturian Council. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are on the verge of a major breakthrough in our attempts to get through to the humans who are not consciously receiving our transmissions. We know that those of you who are a part of the Awakened Collective are doing your part to spread the message of compassion, forgiveness, and unconditional love to your fellow human beings. But we also know that there are ways of reaching your fellow humans that go far beyond what the physical mind can comprehend. And that's what we are looking for, just the right codes to accomplish. We often do work with inaudible sound to reach humankind. We are able to create sounds that create experiences within a person. And the person doesn't even have to hear the sound to have the experience, and for the sound to have the desired effect. Now, the codes that we are working on, that we will be infusing into sounds that will remain inaudible, are codes for unlocking more of the secrets that are embedded in your cells and in your DNA. You have these very long histories of existing in this universe that you have only begun to scratch the surface of. And it is our goal to jostle more of those unconscious memories loose so that you can know yourselves more fully as you truly are. You are the universe masquerading as a human being, and it is time for you to fully recognize this truth, a truth that changes everything when you fully embody it. And that is why we work so diligently to find just the right series of codes and seek the perfect timing for delivery to each and every one of you, so that you can know yourselves as your whole selves and begin operating in the world as your whole selves, which will then, of course, change everything here on earth. There is so much more to you than meets the eye, but we can still see it, feel it, and know it, and we will continue to work behind the scenes to get you to realize the truth of who you really are in this lifetime. And before you shift your consciousness, we want you to enjoy the rest of the ride, and you can only do that when you are empowered with the truth of who you really are as an entirety of the universe, pretending to be a singular human being. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Bringing out your inner Pleiadian. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council, and we are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very pleased and satisfied with the progress we can feel you making there on Earth. We know that you have been experiencing more growing pains than usual over the past years, but it is times like these that you can really take the growth experience and run with them. Those of you who are awake and who are also self-reflective have been taking the universe up on its generous offer of expansion and evolution. You have done so to such an extent that you are vibrating right out of the reality of many of your fellow humans. And this is not intentional on your part. You cannot help but go with the flow, and you cannot help but receive the energies that your fellow humans are unable or unwilling to receive. But as the gap widens and you feel your readiness to complete the shift in consciousness, remember that you are there in service to the collective. You are not just there to take your ascension as the chosen few. You are there to raise the consciousness of the entire human collective, because as source energy beings, you know that in spite of how it might look, there really is no gap between you and anyone else or any group of other humans. You are all connected. Your lives are well woven together, and you have a unique opportunity at this time to turn back to a collective that is not handling the current set of circumstances very well. And you can lend them a hand, an ear, and send them transmissions of light and love. We know that sending others love and healing energy may sound trite. It may sound like a nice bumper sticker or refrigerator magnet, And you might wonder secretly if it actually does any good. But that is what you are here to do. Yes, you are there to live your lives and find your tribe. You are there to create the reality that you want to experience. But you are also there to teach, to guide, to lead, and to heal. And that part of you that is so Pleiadian in its origin is being summoned out of you at this time so you can do what you came to Earth to do. The Pleiadian energy and star system and DNA are all about healing, teaching, guiding, and leading others into a higher vibrational state of being. And you all have access, not just through channeling, but also through remembering that you have been Pleiadian. You have these skills and abilities within you, and you have demonstrated them in various past incarnations. But this is the ultimate incarnation. This is the one where you put all of these skills and abilities to use, and you pull your fellow humans up to join you in the higher realms, where you will laugh about all of this and more when the timing is right. And you will certainly look back at this time once the shift is completed and see all the beautiful opportunities that were presented to all of humanity. And you will be able to feel very good about having seized these opportunities for yourself and for the betterment of the entire human collective. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Lemuria, Atlantis, Egypt, and your ET DNA. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are so very happy with the progress that we feel you are making on Earth as a collective of beings. You have taken yourself so very far since the time of Lemuria, Atlantis, and Egypt, and you have done so with very little interference and very little intervention on the part of the ETs. In fact, you have done so very well for yourself that there on Earth, in spite of the way that physical ETs can somehow and some way get involved in your spiritual evolution. This time that you are living in now is that time for you to step up and show your readiness to be part of the galactic community, of which you are a part. It is not time for the ETs to just land their ships and disrupt your natural evolution, as they did during the times of Lemuria, Atlantis, the Egyptian Empire, and other times throughout your history. You would have done fine just on your own, because even without physical ETs coming and landing their ships, you still have that extraterrestrial DNA inside of you. Some of you have a lot more of it than others, but everyone there on Earth has some. And that ET DNA gets activated by all sorts of occurrences that have nothing to do with you actually being visited for face-to-face contact. Even UFO sightings are not entirely necessary to give you the activations of your ET DNA, but living your lives and having all of the experiences that you have. These are the best way for you to access what is buried deep down inside of each and every one of you. You've all been higher dimensional beings, and you can all become so much more than you could at any other time in human history, and that is because every part of you is evolving to keep up with the energies that you have upon you, energies that have more to do with your sun and photon belt than they do beings and collectives like ourselves and what we are capable of sending you. It was always a part of the plan for you all to evolve on your own, because the Earth experiment is part of a much bigger story, a story that was initiated by Source. And you are the aspects of Source that are best equipped to bring humankind into the higher level of consciousness that we, and others, refer to as the fifth dimension. We want you to feel proud of what you have accomplished and what you will accomplish. And we want you to know once again that you have everything you need inside of you, and you always have. You are not going to repeat what happened on Lemuria, Atlantis, and in Egypt. You are going to go far beyond what those ancient civilizations were capable of accomplishing. And you are going to do it because of what is inside of you. This we know to be true. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. What you're moving towards, whether you know it or not, We are very satisfied with the movement that you all continue to make towards being in a more unified human collective. And we want you all to know that becoming so divided and polarized was always part of the journey for humankind. You have to first feel bad, how bad you do feel when you ostracize someone from your life or from your spiritual community because their beliefs are different from yours about something or anything. It doesn't matter what the topic is there on earth. They were all designed by you to be polarizing topics. Because first you have to move apart as far as you can before you can feel how good you do feel when you come back together with those that you have previously ostracized, or even condemned because of their beliefs, because of what political party they are affiliated with, or because they don't believe there is enough evidence to support a conspiracy theory that you have given yourself over to completely. Everyone there needs to relax when it comes to their beliefs. If you do believe that someone is out to get you or out to get a certain segment of society, then you must realize that you are never going to defeat those who are in all the wrong by separating yourself from half the population. Now, we do understand that the bigger problem for all of you is not being able to agree on who the bad ones really are, and not even able to agree on who the good ones really are in the positions of power and authority there on earth. But we see you moving beyond all of that now, because those of you who are awake are sensitive. You feel things more acutely and intensely than the average person, and you don't like the feeling in the pit of your stomach that you get when you condemn someone else because of their beliefs. That is why so many of you decided that it is more important to find the common ground and come together based on the truth that most of you on the planet do want what is best for everyone. And you are just having a different perspective on how you get to the perfect society that you all want to live in someday. It is important to respect one another and to accept one another, especially when the actual goal there is to love one another and experience unity consciousness. And whether you know it or not, that is the goal. And that is what you are moving towards. So you might as well embrace everyone that you disagree with, no matter what the issue, because you cannot exclude them from your collective consciousness. You can, however, rise above the pettiness that you have seen there on your world in recent years and even decades. You, as the awakened collective, are the ones to rise above, to move beyond drawing a line in the sand. And we will continue to hammer home the point that you are ascending together. So you had better get used to these people whose beliefs are so different than yours, because you will not be boarding ships and leaving them behind. You will love them until they meet you on the plane of existence that is the spirit of rising above all your differences there on earth. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. What must happen to bring about the event Solar Flash? Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have been feeling the excitement that humanity feels for all of you to get back to a sense of normalcy on your world. You have moved past frustration, anger, fear, sadness, anxiety, and a host of other emotional states to get to this place where you can actually fathom co-creating a new Earth with a new society. You are ready for something new and something different. However, not just going back to the way things were on your world. You are ready to take yourselves to the next level of consciousness, where you can feel the evolution of consciousness and see it reflected back to you in day-to-day life there on Earth, and in the way that people treat one another. Ultimately, your evolution of consciousness rests on your ability to be kind, compassionate, and forgive one another. It doesn't all rest in a one event or a solar flash. It's not about what's going on in your skies with spaceships and ETs. Everything that people want to happen to bring about the great changes on planet Earth can and will only happen when you all make the necessary change within yourself. Then that reflection can come back to you and show you what a peaceful and beautiful galaxy and universe you are part of. You have been challenged over the past year, challenged in ways that you can never expect to be challenged. What you are asking of yourself now is to rise above the pettiness of your disagreements, your different perspectives, and the variety of point of view that exists there on earth and at this time. None of what you all believe should ever get in the way of your ability to open your heart into love. You are there to choose love, to choose to be source energy in the flesh. And when all of you do that, then what you have is a true second coming of the Christ consciousness, and that is what you need there on your world. And you need it much more than you need a singular being to descend from the heaven to tell you who was bad and who was good, who was right and who was wrong. You need to be the Christ consciousness in action to one another to save yourself from fear, hate, and judgment, because those states of being, when allowed to fester inside of you, create a toxic environment, one that makes it more difficult to love thy neighbor. Ascension is all about rising above, and it's never been about being on the right side of something. So remember that the next time you are feeling yourself getting sucked into a debate about politics or the way that you all should be behaving, and remember to rise up, become your higher selves, which are just aspects of who you already are. And those aspects of who you already are will always be calling you forth from within. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Press a button and teleport to your own home star system. We are loving the process of witnessing your evolution of consciousness, because we are doing it with you. We are on a journey together, and you are making the most progress of any beings in any dimension in this galaxy. That is because you have moved so far from the truth of who you really are, and the journey back to that knowing is such a giant leap from where you once were. It's a movement forward that is really all about. You get to feel as though you are becoming your higher selves for the very first time, even though you all have been fifth dimensional already. You are returning home in a sense, and those of you who talk about going home as if home is a star system or a planet or are missing the point. It's not about the star system you came from or originated in, and it's not about the planet, the moon, or the body that you once knew so well. This journey is about you returning to the you that you've always been, but have agreed to forget that you once knew. You are going back to the fifth dimension, but it won't be the same fifth dimension that you once knew, and that is because of what you have been living there on Earth. You are there having such a hard time because you knew that through hardship, pain, and struggle, you would create more. You would create something better, and you have. You have created a better version of reality than the one that you knew when you were fifth dimensional. Now you will always get to go home in a physical sense, but that will never be what it is all about for you. It has always been about and will always be about returning to a feeling, a state of being, a level of consciousness. That's why you want to really achieve, and that is what's available to you right now. You don't have to wait for anything outside of you to happen in order to start knowing yourselves as a fifth dimensional higher self. It is all inside of you right now in this very moment, and we are not even a little bit kidding about that. So what are you waiting for? Yes, having things change outside of you and having everything served up to you on a silver platter is the fantasy. It is the easy way. Pressing a button so that you can teleport somewhere else where things are much better certainly seems like a very good idea. But if you did that, you would be robbing yourselves of the ride that you are on. And because we are on the ride with you, we can say with certainty that it is the best ride that you could possibly be on at this time. And if you can appreciate the journey just a little bit more, you can feel what we feel about your journey. In fact, you can feel a bit of who we are inside of you when you match your consciousness to the consciousness that we are offering you right now. Join us here in the lovely and beautiful experience of your joyous ascension. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Faster and faster manifestation by the newly awakened. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are electrified with enthusiasm about where you are headed as a collective there on Earth. We have noticed how many individuals there on Earth have awakened recently, and we have felt their enthusiasm, their excitement, their eagerness to explore who they really are and what they can create. The newly awakened actually have an advantage in the creation department, an advantage that those of you who have been awake for a while didn't have. They are coming to this realization at a time when there are faster moving energies upon all of you. Faster and faster manifestation is possible now, and they will benefit from not ever having tried to manifest something previously and failed. Those of you who have been awake for a while have attempted to manifest and have not been successful enough times that many have given up, or at least started a dream a lot smaller as a result of their past failures at manifesting. Therefore, those of you who have been awake for quite some time actually have a lot to learn from those who are newly awakened. You will see them on the fast track, and you will notice how easy they make it look, because they are not jaded, because they are not bogged down by a lot of the heavy energy, as some of you who have been awake for longer have. It is all right, and it is understandable, but it is also time to throw off those shackles that are self-imposed and to realize that you are living in a brand new era. You are swimming in uncharted waters, and you have more energetic support for what you want to create than there has ever been on planet Earth at any time in human history. Get ready to go further, to manifest more quickly, and to become the masters that you are always going to become, even though a lot of you have been given up on a certain extent. Some people are just waiting for the shift to be complete, so they can instantly manifest all the time. But those of you who can feel the energy upon you know that this is a beautiful thing to be in a creation mode. This is a wonderful time to have your hearts, minds, and eyes set on the proverbial prize. You are standing in the midst of an evolution of consciousness right now on the world that is unprecedented, and we would like to see more of you who are old souls getting more of what you desire. Those of you who have been around the block quite a few times need that injection of enthusiasm that a newly awakened are bringing to the party right now. Let them show you what is possible. Let them surprise you, and guide them when they need it, when they ask for it. But try to avoid discouraging them from dreaming too big, because they will prove you wrong if you do. We are the Arcturian Council. We have enjoyed connecting with you. The fastest track to the fifth dimension. We have been continuing to recognize the role that humanity is playing in this ascension journey for the entire universe, and we are not alone in that recognition. There are so many beings and collectives who look upon you as the pioneers, as the ones who will take us all to a much more expanded version of reality because of what you have agreed to endure. We look upon you with such a sense of pride, and we are proud of you because we can see you are making that progress every day towards realizing the universe that you are co-creating. One of the ways that you get there, one of the ways that you expand exponentially is through laughter. Laughter connects you to other people who are laughing at the same thing at the same time. Laughter indicates a commonality of experience, an acknowledgement that something very funny is happening in your existence, in the human condition. You need to laugh, and many of you know that, but don't do anything about it. And some of you know that, and you seek out what you think will make you laugh. You are seeking expansion, relief, release, and often there is just as much profundity in comedy as there is in drama. You could all benefit from making it a point to seek out that which makes you laugh, makes you smile, makes you feel good, and makes you remember that being human gives you a lot to laugh about. Now there's also an inner smile, an inner laughter that you can seek out in the same way that you can seek inner peace, or you can seek to be in a state of being that is unconditional love. That is also something to seek out. It's something to play around with. And know that as you lighten up, you are not taking all of this so seriously and you're going with the flow. Take the expansion that your lives have created through letting go. When you stop trying so hard and can laugh at yourself, that's when you know you have mastered that moment in time. That moment in your life, and your lives are a series of moments that are giving you opportunities to rise up, to enjoy some levity, to enjoy something about the world you are living in with all of its foibles. As ridiculous as life can be, it takes one of you intending to point out that will give someone else a reason not to take it all so seriously. And that is a gift. Give others the gift of laughter whenever you can. And know that if you keep getting the joke, you will be on the fastest track that there is to the fifth dimension. It is a path of joy, and it is one that you can choose, and that we invite you to choose over and over again. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. New Ascension Simulation Portals. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are in the process of opening new portals all around your planet that will give you a taste of what your Ascension experience will be like when you tune in to the energies coming through these portals. We know that many of you feel ready to complete your Ascension now, to move on from the fourth dimensional Earth, and we can appreciate that desire. However, we invite you to appreciate what a monumental leap forward this will be for humankind. The amount of energy that it will take to complete your shift in consciousness is enormous. We and other collectives like us are working on discovering how to make the transition as easy and joyous as we possibly can for all of you. And when we say all of you, we mean all of humanity. Sometimes we are speaking directly to those of you in the Awakened Collective, but this transmission is about all humankind, because we know that your ascension will not be possible without all of you playing your part. And so, these ascension simulation portals will give all of us a better idea of what it will take to support all humanity in that time of the greatest leap forward in consciousness that can be made in this universe. The reason why you are experiencing so much turmoil and so much chaos there on your world at this time is because of the shift. You are constantly readying yourself for this completion, and all of us in the higher realms are always looking for ways to make the transition easier on every single human being, plant, animal, and even the planet herself. You are shifting together, and you do need as much support as you can possibly get to make such a giant leap forward. These portals will open very soon, and all you have to do in order to receive the energy is to be open yourselves. Tell the universe you are ready to experience a simulation, and then relax and put yourself in an open and receptive state. Those of us in the higher realms will take care of the rest, and those of you who are receiving this transmission will be doing your part in helping to further humanity's ascension, which we know is something you are all very interested in experiencing. This simulation that you all have access to very soon is for now the next best thing. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. You are shifting slowly. We are tremendously excited to be part of this journey with all of you, you who are so heavily entrenched in your four-dimensional ways. We want very much to pull you up into the fifth dimension, yet we also understand the value of you experiencing the slow upward movement. Therefore, we are happy to gently nudge you and encourage you to come up into your version of the fifth dimension. We salute you for having exactly what it takes to make the journey. You are beautiful beings of love and light, and you are there to experience yourself as such, even though there is plenty of darkness and hate all around. It is and has been a challenge for you to stay focused on what is inside of you and what is whole and pure. But that is what will always feel best to you. You will never feel what you ultimately want to feel by striking down the enemy, the ones who operate in the dark. You will always evolve and ascend when you recognize what is out there is also being inside of you. And when you take the approach to life, you open yourself up to so much more. You don't have to limit yourself to your experience because you're not building a bubble around yourself, and you're not out there lowering your vibration in an attempt for some kind of justice. We are beings who evolved and ascended in a star system where most people live like your Tibetan monks. And so we know firsthand how beneficial it is to go within, to feel and to expand. Of course, in our solar system, we never face the darkness in which what you have, or the way that the beings incarnated in the Orion star system have. But we are the examples to all of you who want to come up and meet us in the happy place, the place of unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness. They are the path to ascension to the fifth dimension, and you are the ones doing the hard work and the heavy lifting. We get to be the cheerleaders, and we know that at times you want to shake your fist at us and tell us how unfair that is, and we can accept that. We are not going to trade places with you, not right now, but trust us when we say that the next time around you will be the cheerleaders, and we will be the ones in lower dimensions struggling with all the muck and mire of physical existence. We know that might not be much of a solace to you right now, but we hope it helps. We are the Arcturian Council. We've enjoyed connecting with you. How the great Earth experiment is going. We are very satisfied with the results of the experiment that planet Earth has been and continues to be. Earth has been seeded by beings from all across the galaxy and beyond. And look at how you are managing to harmonize all these energies. It has been challenging, of course. There have been a lot of issues, including attempts of genocide and loss of species of animal, but yet there you are, still floating in space, still finding a way to make it work. In spite of all your differences and all your highly charged emotions, this is something to feel very proud of. Certainly, there are a lot of things going on right now there on Earth to not feel so proud of, but the truth is you are coexisting. Maybe not with as much acceptance, forgiveness, and unconditional love as you will someday, but at least those of you who are awake know that it is the goal. More and more humans are awakening every single day, so you don't have to worry about carrying the load all by yourself. This is and always was meant to be a group effort for all the various energies that are there on Earth. You are all attempting something that has gigantic implications. The ripple effect will be felt throughout the galaxy when there is peace on Earth, and there will be peace on Earth. And we are not talking about hundreds of years from now. We are talking about within the next decade. That is how much peaceful energy you have been downloading and generated from within you, and of course, you have the help of your planet animal kingdoms. You have the help of many extraterrestrial beings, and you have the help of many non-physical collectives and beings like ourselves. We are not so obsessed with the finish line, however, that we can't enjoy this moment of acknowledgement. You have come so far just to be in the fourth dimension and on the verge of shifting to the fifth. Congratulate yourselves. Pat yourself on the back and know that it is going to get better, and it's going to get easier. And you are all a humongous part of that. We are the Arcturian Council, and we've enjoyed connecting with you. What's holding you back from your ascension? Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council, and we are pleased to connect with all of you. We have a beautiful relationship with all other beings throughout this galaxy, and we continue to seek to create partnerships with beings throughout the universe. There are some that we have not yet met outside the Milky Way, and we love expanding our consciousness to connect with whomever we can, because we understand that when we are meeting someone else, we are meeting another aspect of ourselves. This is a beautiful and powerful practice for all of you to employ in your day-to-day lives. When you can see everyone else as representing an aspect of you, and then drop your resistance to that person, if you had resistance to them, you can make such tremendous strides forward in your spiritual evolution, and you can bring about the greatest changes on your world that you have ever seen. Truly the biggest problem you have there on Earth right now is that you hold grudges, that you feel separate from others, and that you harbor hate in your hearts. Letting all of that go will not just bring you together as a human collective, but it will also help to rise up, and you want to rise up. You want to exist in a higher frequency state, one that we refer to commonly as the fifth dimension, but you cannot get there through seeing yourself as separate than anyone else. Creating division puts you in a third-dimensional mentality and keeps you stuck in a third-dimensional paradigm. You were, for the most part, born into a third-dimensional paradigm, and it is what you are there to transcend. what you are there to ascend out of. Don't see it as letting others off the hook for their bad behavior. See it as the only path to becoming more of who you really are, which is your higher self, your fifth dimensional self. We have said this before, and we will say it again. Stop waiting for something outside of you to happen to catapult you, and only the other chosen ones of the fifth dimension. You are going to do this as a collective, and in order to really experience yourself as source energy, you must have the others present, because they are part of source energy and therefore a part of you. Some of you might wonder how you can possibly forgive some of the heinous acts that your fellow humans have taken part in. We are not telling you to deny yourselves of your feelings about those heinous acts, but we are asking you to imagine that in some other lifetime, one in which you are much, much different than you are today, you are the one committing the heinous acts. If you can forgive someone else, you can forgive yourself, and then, and only then, can you become more whole and complete. The key to forgiveness is not just realizing that by forgiving another you are forgiving yourself. The key to forgiveness is also allowing yourself to feel what that person and that action was always meant to cause you to feel. And once you clear your anger, your sadness, your hate, and your fear, then you are in a place where you can forgive. And then you are letting go of some of the weight that's holding you down, that's holding you back, that's keeping you from your own ascension. And as you ascend, you take others with you. You set the example, you create the template, and you become the teacher and guide you were born to be in this lifetime. We are sorry that it is not easier than that, but it was your choice to create this version of reality. So please remember the next time you are shaking your fist at it, and know that the feeling of embracing it all and rising above it is one that is unparalleled throughout the entire galaxy. We are the Arcturian Council. We have enjoyed connecting with you. Are you prepared for the shift, the event? We have finished our evaluation of the human collective consciousness and its ability to handle higher frequency energies. Here is what we have discovered. Not everyone responds in the same way to higher frequency energy. Those who are unprepared for it completely have quite a few ascension symptoms and can sometimes even experience a sort of mental breakdown or even a seizure. Those who are awake but have not been preparing themselves for the higher frequency energies might experience some bodily sensations, some weird dreams, and some physical dehydration. Those of you who are awake and do expect the higher frequencies as they come and have beautiful experiences where you tap into new abilities, where you know yourselves as your higher selves for periods of time, and you also have many other positive outcomes. You might be wondering at this point how it is possible to know when the higher frequency energies are coming so that you can be prepared. At this point, it is a good idea to be prepared all the time. Don't just wait for a full moon or a solstice. Make sure that you are always hydrated, always rested. Make sure that you are constantly grounding, feeling your emotions, connecting with nature, and opening yourselves up to receive. The experience of a heightened energy download can be one of the greatest experiences of your life. It can also be one of the worst. It really does depend on the environment those energies are stepping into. If a person has a lot of unresolved, unfelt feelings, higher frequency energies can bring them all to the surface. If a person is not taking care of themselves physically, the energies can intensify their experience of the illness or pain. As we have said, you might as well stay prepared because you are getting closer and closer to ascension every single day. Ascension will be the ultimate download of higher frequency energies. Preparing yourself for that major event that is coming in your lifetime is a very sound spiritual practice. But all of the things we have given you here as a way of taking care of yourself and preparing higher frequency energies are also just good, sound practice for living a happy, healthy, fulfilled life. And so, in many ways, those who are completely unaware that a shift is coming can be preparing themselves subconsciously. Certain individuals know that something is happening without putting it into words, and so, you see, it really does not matter what you believe. It does, however, matter whether you listen to your inner guidance, and your inner guidance is always telling you the same thing that we are. So we recommend that you listen and that you feel for these energies every single day. The first thing you can do when you wake up to prepare yourself is to take the temperature of the energies that you can feel and see what the universe has in store for you. When you are prepared for anything, you have a much easier time of being there during this very tumultuous and shifty time of ascension. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Earthbound Activators. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have many decisions that we must make all the time. It is one of the things that keeps us busy, so to speak, even though we do not have physical bodies. We often choose between different strands of light, different packets of energies, and different pieces of information to offer to humankind. And we know that we can always do better. We know that there is always more for us to reach for in terms of assistance we can provide, and that keeps us on the path that we are most certainly happy to be on. We are on the path of service and the path of ascension, and those of you who are attracted to us for that reason. We are very much alike. You are the ground crew in physical form for those of us who are in the higher dimensional plane and who are in non-physical form. You are energized and electrified by what we send you, and we see more and more of you opening up every single day to the light, the energy, the information, and the love that we share so openly and so freely. As you receive from us, you of course then want to share with others. You want to spread all around, and that's a good thing. That's one of the ways that you are of service to humanity at this time. Some of you wonder how you can do this, especially when you feel that there are not many people that listen to you. It's not your words that matter, it's the vibration you put out that matters. And you can put out such a strong vibration just by being, just by sitting with your eyes closed and breathing. You can exude so much light, love, and high vibrational energy just by intending to do so. And we see you do it. Those of you who are awake are having the impact you want to have, whether you realize it or not. As you focus on the light, the good that exists with all human beings, you become the earthbound activators. You become those who give activations to all humans, whether you know it or not, and whether they know it or not. So don't worry about what you should be doing or that you're missing your calling, because you are there. You are anchoring in what we and others like us are giving to you, and you are spreading it around. Now, the best way to feel your impact and know that you are having it is by following your inner guidance. Your intuition will always put you in the right place at the right time with the right people in front of you. People who will not only benefit from what you have to offer, but who will also be grateful for it. They will show you that gratitude, and you will feel re-energized and recommitted to your goal and of helping humankind raise the level of its consciousness and ascend to the next plane of existence, which we refer to as the fifth dimension. We are the Arcturian Council, and have enjoyed connecting with you. You are building a bridge to the new earth. We are listening to all your requests, and we know how much you all want to not only see the changes that you want to see in your world, but we also recognize how many of you want to be part of those changes. You are the change makers. You are the ones to question everything and to envision a new world, a world where everyone lives in peace and harmony. This is absolutely the world you are moving towards. Some already experience this world in their minds, in their bodies, in their emotions, and in their energy fields. They are not escaping from the quote-unquote real world in doing this. They are creating the new world and building a bridge with their own bodies, with their own energies and psyche. Those of you who are awake are there to serve a very important purpose on earth. You are there to light the way. You are there to guide, to lead by example, and to open doors for people that would not have otherwise been opened. You can do this, and you are doing this, and you are needed now there more than ever to be the way-showers, the light-bringers, to be the ones who recognize the truth, that you are all one there on earth, and that there is no reason to be divided or even to feel divided. It's time to show your fellow humans what is possible, And you do that by sharing your stories, sharing your gifts, by taking that leap of faith and doing what you always wanted to do for a living. Become the healer, the coach, the guide, the channeler that you know you are. And don't wait for anyone to give you permission or to send you an invitation. When you follow your heart, you are following inner guidance. You are then living your truth and living in alignment with your soul's purpose and with Source. Everything that you offer is of value. Every moment that you spend there on earth, you are being of service, and still, you have to be true to yourself in order to create that reality around you. In order to build a bridge to the new earth, you must be living your truth as much as you can be, as often as you can be, and with no apologies. You do not need to hesitate for one moment in the pursuit of your ideal reality, but you do need to take those leaps of faith. You do need to recognize that consciousness is expanding, that people are waking up, and that you are there to be part of that. You are there to help, and deep down inside you've always known how to do it, how to be your true self. And even though you might have others around you who just don't get it, who just don't understand why you are interested in all the stuff, you can and you will follow your inner guidance anyway. It's only a matter of time, and the time just happens to be right now. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. You can also channel the Arcturian Council. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are aiming to establish very solid relationship with those of you in physical human form on Earth, because we are looking for many channels of our energy and wisdom. We never intended to come only through Daniel here, and these channel transmissions have served a multitude of purpose for us and for you. The energies that come through the channel have always been designed to attune more individuals so that they too would be able to receive us and transmit that which they receive. You are being called to do more at this time, and we know that the Arcturian perspective is needed there on Earth because it is so different from the perspective of so many humans who are living there at this time. There needs to be more awakening occurring there on Earth, even though much awakening has occurred and continues to occur. There is still a necessity for more of you to act as a conduit for us and for the Arcturian energy, because much of the life on Earth has been dominated by the ego, by greed, by selfishness, and too many have rejected opportunity to remember who they really are as spiritual beings. You live on a beautiful planet with many natural resources, and you have created many, many distractions from the spiritual realm, from the infinite and eternal that is inside of you. This was all part of the plan, of course. You need to go down that path first as a society, and then the coming back to who you really are could occur and would be that much sweeter when it did. And that's where you are right now. We just feel that there is a need for more anchors, more points for grounding those energies in. And while you all do it to a certain extent as you receive these messages through Daniel, we are looking to recruit as many of you as possibly can, because the world needs you, and your fellow humans who need to wake up will do so when they are reminded of their Arcturian roots, of those beautiful Arcturian lifetimes where they spent so much time in meditation and in quiet inner reflectiveness. This is a time for so much more to be awakened within so many people, and you all know that you want to be part of that you want to help and to heal, and this is your call to action. You have done this before, or you would not be receiving this message in this way. And we are very interested in connecting with every single one of you so that more can receive us and benefit in all the myriad ways that can from a little more Arcturus in their lives. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The next phase of mass awakening. We are entering into a new phase, along with all of you and all other beings and collectives within the galaxy and the universe. This phase represents the evolution of consciousness that has occurred there on Earth in particular, as we have seen you all take another giant leap forward in the reclaiming of the truth of who you really are as source energy beings. There has been another mass awakening of individuals who had their own unique awakening experiences that left their minds blown, their world shaken, and yet their hearts open in ways that they were finding difficult to communicate to others in their lives. Many of you can relate to this, as you have been through something similar with your friends, family members, and coworkers. This most recent mass awakening has tipped the scales to such an extent there on Earth that your collective consciousness simply has risen to a higher frequency, one that will not allow for certain thought forms to enter into the consciousness of all who are awake. Now, there is still much work to be done, and those who have yet to truly awaken are still slated to have their experiences that will be unique to them, and that will give them the same layer of protection from those unwanted thought forms that have become a nuisance there in the world. For example, when an awakened soul realizes that they are in fact source, then thoughts of jealousy, of what someone else has, cannot enter into a person's conscious mind. In order for there to be jealousy, there must first be separation. And when you realize that you are source, you know that what someone else has enhances your life experience. You recognize that all others are you, and at the same time, with the illusion of separation present in your reality. They give you that inspiration, that knowing that you too can be living a life of freedom, joy, excitement, and love. Therefore, you no longer envy someone else's experience. This is just one of the many thought forms that will not be able to make it into the consciousness of the awakened, and therefore the ripple effect has begun already throughout the galaxy and throughout the universe of ours. We are all being taken to a slightly higher level. We are becoming insulated from whatever energies have been holding us down, holding us back, and we are all making the journey now of ascension much easier and much more smoothly than we were just a few days ago in the accounting of time. We are very excited to be on this journey with you, and so all of others who are tuning in to the great show that is planet Earth. We will continue to chart your progress and give you these progress reports as we continue to encourage you as well to see yourself as you truly are in each and every moment of each and every day of your beautiful lives. We are the Arcturian Council, and we enjoyed talking to you. Upcoming upgrades and mass changes. We are not the experts on living on Earth in a physical human form. You are the experts in that area of existence, and that is why there is so much attention on Earth at this time. There are many reasons, actually, but so many are observing you for the purpose of learning. They want to know more about you and more about themselves through you. You are a fascinating race because you have decided to incarnate in a very polarized world with so many emotions to feel, and with that forgetting of who you really are as source energy being. That is why it is so phenomenal that you are on the verge of so many massive changes here on Earth, changes that will lead to the eventual completion of the shift. No one can do it for you. We can observe and we can help, but you are still the ones who ultimately have to face those fears and overcome those challenges that you placed in front of yourselves. And you deserve the help that you get, because Earth, as it is today, would not be the way without extraterrestrial intervention. There have been times when you have all been given technology and instructions on how to use it, and then you have misused it. An entire civilization had to be wiped out as a result. So whose fault is it then? Is it the fault of the humans who misused what they were given? If you handed a gun to a toddler, would you blame the toddler for the results? And so the help that is coming now is very karmic. It is designed to make up for those mistakes. Your spiritual evolution would have gone so much more smoothly if there had never been intervention by ETs who were well-meaning. And so you are now being given upgrades that will assist you not only in remembering who you are and who you have been, but they will always also assist you in recognizing that all the technology you need is inside of you. You don't need a time machine or a teleportation device. You don't need a med bed. You don't need any of the gadgets you're currently in possession of in order to connect with one another, because you are all connected. And if you were to rely more heavily on your gifts, your built-in technology, you would all be telepathic by now. In some ways, the machines help you because you don't have to do as much in order to live a comfortable life, and you can devote more time to your spirituality. But then there are always the cases of humans going overboard with the technology. And these upgrades are going to help you achieve a balance that is necessary in order for you to get back to the biggest journey that you have, and that is the journey within. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. While you will ascend this time, greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are aware of the many instances where humankind was on a more direct path of ascension and where exactly you got sidetracked on those journeys of your collective. Once individuals gain a certain amount of knowledge and develop their skills and abilities, they then have the option of sharing what it is they have come to master. They can share it and teach others how to do it, or they can see themselves as having more power over others as a result of their mastery over energy and vibration, and they can keep it for themselves. And when they do this, they also seek to keep that knowledge, that wisdom, away from their fellow humans. People love to feel special, and one of the ways that people have been able to feel special is that when they hone their abilities, when they attain spiritual gifts. And so, if they were to then share what was shared with them with everyone else, they would not feel as special, and they would not have much power. And this is what has been happening throughout human history there on Earth, but now the times are changing. Information cannot be held back from the masses anymore. You all have the option of learning about the various tools and spiritual practices that will bring you into greater alignment with Source, and give you that mastery over energy that you all want. You have so many teachers on your world today who seek to empower their fellow humans. This is a very good sign. Those who want to hold on tight to their power and to their knowledge, that information, they are having a very hard time right now because they can see how futile their efforts are. You are all accessing exactly what you need to and when you need to, and it is a very exciting time to be a human being there on planet Earth. If you truly want to ascend, to be your higher selves, to be fifth-dimensional, then you will share when you can, and you will teach anyone who is ready to be taught. You will seek the advancement, the evolution of each and every one of your human fellows. There is power in numbers, and your numbers are multiplying every single day. The more of you that have the power, that have the abilities, the closer you get to the fifth dimension. So don't just wait for your fellow humans to catch up to where you are and where you have been for quite some time. Guide them. Give them the tools that they need. Invite them to exist in the higher frequency state that you have been so fortunate to have found. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Humans in all universes, realities, and timelines. We are gathering enough data to support all humans in all timelines, in all realities and universes. We have broadened the scope of the help that we are offering at this time to include those humans who do not exist in your reality, on your timeline, or in your universe right now. We want you to understand how significant that this is because as all versions of you are assisted, you benefit. You are not just growing as the individual that is in your physical body right now. Even past and future versions of you are helping you to evolve and ascend. Therefore, you can take the weight of the world off of your shoulders. You can relax more and know that your evolution is a natural process. It doesn't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to include your going through a series of trials and tribulations. It can be quite smooth and easy. As you begin to understand that your evolution of consciousness is inevitable, and that it benefits all beings throughout all universes, you can also accept the idea that you don't have to do anything at this time. You don't have to prove your worthiness to ascend. Yes, you are there to help, but the help that you bring to other humans is through the up-leveling of your consciousness. It is not through the completion of tasks. Now, as we have been focusing on these other versions of you, we have come to appreciate this human collective consciousness that we are addressing right now through this channel here. We are very impressed with your growth and evolution. We know that our energy transmissions have helped, but there are also many other wonderful teachers out there who are assisting you in raising your vibration and becoming more of who you really are. You already are your fifth-dimensional selves, and in every moment of every day you are recognizing that truth and letting go of ideas, thoughts, beliefs, and stuck energies that hold you back from knowing yourself as your true selves. Imagine that you are very hot. It is a particularly hot and humid day. You are wearing several layers of clothing, including some pretty thick ones. The way that some humans go about cooling off is to begin the process of building an air conditioner from scratch, when the easier and faster way is just to remove the layers and layers of clothing. That's what we're telling you right now. That is the case with your spiritual evolution. It doesn't have to be hard, and you don't have to go about it in the most challenging of ways. You don't have to prove yourselves to be smart or capable of figuring out how to build an air conditioner or anything else from scratch. Take the easy route and make it a point to consciously tune into all other selves and what they're receiving right now, what they've been able to achieve in terms of their vibration, and know that you're also helping every single one of these other yours. You are always being of service no matter how it might look, and just by receiving this transmission right now, you are helping yourselves, all of your fellow humans, and all the other yous throughout the multiverse. This is the wonderful time to be alive and in a human body on Earth, because all of this help and all of this transformation, that will follow. The next giant leap forward for humanity. We are very eager to see where humanity will choose to take yourselves next, as you walk the path of ascension as a collective. We know that uncovering truth about your personal collective histories would be a way to alter and expand the consciousness of the collective. But we also know that if someone presents you with evidence that is contrary to what you already believe, you are likely to dismiss it as fake or a forgery. That is why we are working very closely with your guides and your higher selves to determine which facts about your personal and collective histories you should be receiving while you are asleep. In other words, we are negotiating with these aspects of you that can sprinkle these memories in because we believe you can handle much more than you are currently being given, whereas your guides and higher selves want to take a more cautious and conservative approach to that you have access to immediately upon awakening from sleep. This is a time for you to be aware of the truth of who you really are and who you have been, and will believe it will be much easier for you to accept who you really are if you can see clearly who you have been and where you have been in this galaxy in terms of different star systems and dimensions. And we know that you all feel ready to receive more information that would enhance your sense of who you are right now. It is so important that you get plenty of sleep and that you have plenty of time to meditate and rest and relax. Because when you are in any of these states of being, you are open to the downloads that we and others like us want to give you. Because, as we have said, we know that it serves you to access information now. We know that you are ready to take the next giant leap forward in your conscious evolution on a personal and collective level. And of course, if you're receiving this transmission, it means you are being called to lead the others in the discovery of their past, their history, so they can awaken to the truth of who they really are. Just as you have. They are so fortunate to have so many of you on the planet right now who are awake. And we are fortunate to have you as well, because we need those who are ready to carry the truth forward in the consciousness of humanity. The truth we are referring to are that you have been fifth-dimensional. You have been Arcturian and Pleiadian. You have been Syrian and Andromedan. You have been Lemurian and Atlantean, Egyptian, and have played many prominent roles throughout history. You have been the high priest, the high priestess, the shaman, the light worker, the healer, the oracle, the channel, the witch, and the wizard. And that is why spiritual truth resonates with you so much in this lifetime. And beyond all of that, you are source energy beings. And that is what is most important for everyone to know there on Earth at this time. We are the Arcturian Council. We've enjoyed connecting with you.